All right, guys, we're live again. Man, I'm really getting used to this this Facebook, or not Facebook, this YouTube live. It's really frustrating because every time my signal either cuts out or I have to readjust the camera or something like that, it makes me retype in what I'm saying when I'm going live, whether my broadcast is available for children. You understand that, but it's very frustrating. So I have to constantly pull up to readjust things if something messes up on the feed. So if you're joining us here, we are driving to Wilmington, North Carolina at night, and there's really not a lot of damage from Hurricane Isaias, whatever that Isaias, Isaias. Oh man, that name's still getting me. Why couldn't they just name it Hurricane Fred or Hurricane Billy Bob or I don't know. Anyway, the dog's in the car here, and you're just joining us. We're flying through Wilmington, North Carolina. It's at night, and as you can see from looking around, you wouldn't even guess that there was a hurricane last night. I mean, I'm telling you, there's just everybody's out. I don't know if they're regathering supplies or what's going on, but I mean, this is the same amount of traffic you'd have on a regular day. So, you know, but we're gonna just come down here just to get out of the house. Again, I got power this morning about 8. The power went out about 11 o'clock last night, and I turned the temperature down in my house to about 60 degrees, and thank goodness it lasted me most of the night. I was really hoping that we went no longer than a day without power, because I didn't make accommodations to battery operated fans or anything like that. I planned ahead to an extent. I had one of those car chargers where I could charge my cell phone and my my Galaxy tablet with for power. So I was able to keep the power going for my devices, and I had a flashlight that's an LED flashlight that lasted all night with a rechargeable battery, and I had like 5 rechargeable batteries for it, so it was great. One thing I would like to do is get one of those drill battery operated fan, one of those fans that runs on drill batteries. That way I'll have a fan if the power goes out. So, I wasn't completely good. There's some power trucks going. They're still working hard, guys. And like I said, they really are working, because look at this. It's like a convoy coming through the light here. We got power at 10 a.m. this morning. Half of them had to stop. They should have police escorts. It's not really a state of emergency right now, even though I think North Carolina did declare a state of emergency. Things recovered really quick. I went to the beach this morning, guys. I am posting a video of that. It didn't work out with the live, but there's a video I'll post. I think I gotta post it later. I haven't gotten it up yet. But I go up right onto Wrightsville Beach, and looking at the beach, wouldn't notice anything had happened. Everybody was out, just walking around at like 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning, picking up shells, metal detecting. Hurricanes wash up lots of cool stuff. You've got gold to bloom. People that are always searching for gold blooms, right? With their metal detectors, hoping that a big sunken treasure washes up on the shore of Wrightsville Beach. One thing that was awesome this morning, Wrightsville Beach is outrageous for parking. It's like $2 to $3 an hour to park. And none of the parking meters were working because they're all electronic. So they had tape over them. I just parked for free. It was awesome. So driving through here, and we're heading to Wilmington, what's called Monkey Junction. And I don't think we'll see anything cool. I mean, it's nighttime. Just thought I'd show this broadcast, but it really cleaned everything up today. Everything's cleaning up like crazy. So I got up at 5, went to bed at 2, didn't get any sleep, then drove around, did some videos for you guys, and then I went back to sleep, and I woke up at like 3 or 4 o'clock, and now I'm just coming out again, and getting out of the house. So it was so good to have air conditioning. To sleep in the afternoon. Oh my goodness. It was like 85 today, a little bit humid. It's wonderful right now. Wonderful. Probably about 68 degrees maybe, very medium humidity, very light. And I have air conditioning in the truck, so when windows down, there is plenty of breeze blowing, and I got my pups in the car here. My 2 dogs, they love riding trucks. So I'd show you guys, but I got the phone mounted on the dashboard. I can't pull it down right now. But we're just driving around Monkey Junction, and there's no real hurricane debris. And as you see, all the power's on. But again, there were 1 or 2 traffic lights that were out while we were driving along. So there still is stuff. But we're heading down towards Monkey Junction towards. We made it less than Carolina Beach got hit pretty good. Their Canal Street floods over. There's a little area where all the boats are, and that water comes up and floods. So Carolina Beach is a little lower than most of the beaches. Yeah, man. I mean, I'm so. Yeah, it's great to go back to normal, especially with all this COVID stuff going on. I mentioned in one of my earlier videos, I cannot believe the Weather Channel decided to call this COVID cane. Don't really do anything to try to get advertising. But yeah, COVID cane, come on. So they stopped calling it that halfway through. I think they got some feedback, whether it was on Twitter or Facebook. People were just mocking them like crazy, calling it COVID cane. And that's not, it was basically, well, it's probably easier to call it COVID cane than Hurricane Isaias or whatever Isaias. So I'd like to meet the guy who chose that name for the hurricane. I mean, why don't they just call it Hurricane I? I mean, or Hurricane is. I mean, for crying out loud, nobody can pronounce that hurricane name. And it's a good thing it didn't do a ton of damage because it won't be remembered. I don't know what it did up north. I know it did by the time I woke up at 3 o'clock from my nap. That hurricane had shot all the way up to like New York and Maine. I was like, wow, or it was a tropical storm, tropical depression. So, I mean, this is some crazy traffic right now. I don't know if there's people returning. I guess there's a lot of people going back to Carolina Beach or back to their houses evacuated. It's funny, like, because the other lane, there's no cars going away from the beach. Everybody's going to the beach. So my guess is this is people coming back into town, and that's why we're in traffic here. So that's something for you guys to see. Of course, we're at a stoplight, but yeah, like I said, I may turn around here. I don't know if I want to go all the way to Carolina Beach. But I'm just getting out. I like to get out and drive. I mean, the dogs are in the car. And if you're watching this, like I said, I'm showing no live viewers right now, so I'm talking to myself until you watch the... And the signal's a little choppy. It showed me I just went out, in and out. It's because I'm using my mobile broadband, and a lot of people are still without power, and they're still using mobile broadband, so it wears on the signal. So if it's choppy or low bandwidth, it'll cut in and out. That's why it is. So, but this is heading towards Carolina Beach right now. And as I said, I think most of these people are probably returning home because there is just hardly anybody here on the road. So, there's a lot of people on the road. Sorry. Yeah, I can just, I guess I'll just be quiet for a little while and let you guys watch the road. I'll leave my feet on, and we're gonna come up on Monkey Junction up here. I think I'm gonna turn around at Monkey Junction, head back towards Wilmington. Carolina Beach is about probably 25 minutes from Wilmington. I don't really want to go all the way down there, but they did get some pretty decent storm damage there. But I mean, there were no down power lines. We did pretty good with this hurricane. So, well, there were power lines, but nothing. I don't even know why we lost power. I didn't see hardly any lines down this morning driving around. So it's really weird. But I guess when one power pole's down, it can mess up the whole system. So, all right, well, I'm just gonna drive along here. If I see something cool, we'll talk about it. Coming up on the Monkey Junction here. The reason they call it Monkey Junction, for those who are not familiar with the Wilmington area, is it's where Carolina Beach Road merges with College Road, and I guess it's like a monkey's arm, so they call it Monkey Junction. But basically, we're on College Road right now, and it becomes Carolina Beach Road. So it's like a monkey arm, I guess, is why they call it. Anyway, this is like the southern part of Wilmington. It's kind of like a little city area in itself. They've got one of everything out here so that people don't have to travel into town from South Wilmington. So they've got duplicates of everything. They've got Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart, everything you can need on this side of town, because it's about 20 or 30 minutes to the other side of town. 20 minutes, you know. So you can see more power trucks up there. And they're working hard to get things going. But, you know, like I said, you wouldn't even know things are going on here. We had a hurricane. I mean, this is just, there's enough traffic on the roads right now to make you think it's just a regular day. So, but I love driving around. So I just thought I'd share it with you guys, you know, show you the video. And most of you are going to be watching this later when it's not live. That's all good. You know, I've got 10,000 subscribers, but I guess, you know, I just don't have a big enough reach to get everybody on there when I'm live. I don't sort of go live randomly. I don't really send you guys notes saying, hey, I'm going to go live. It's not a common thing for me. But you know, the reason I go live is it's so much easier than having to edit a video later. And also, it doesn't take up, my phone is maxed out on space. So it doesn't take up any space on my phone, because it feeds directly to YouTube and then it saves the video for me. So live can be fun, but there's no editing, so you see it as it is. If my phone falls off the dashboard, that's that. If you know, yeah, whatever. Because we're live. There's more power trucks coming the other lane. So, I mean, man, look at that convoy of trucks. It's awesome. To the right, it's pretty dark on the right up here. So, that's just a guess. No power here. But on the left, they have power. To the right, it looks like this neighborhood does not have any power. Well, there's a street light there. Maybe it's just dark. My headlights are really dirty. I need to wash them. So it's kind of dim as I'm driving along here. But just cruising at night, because I've been in the house all day. It's great to get out. And guys, if you're watching this whole video and you're just bored watching it after the fact, if anything cool will happen in the video, which I doubt, if I see anything cool, I'll try to put it in the notes below so that you can skip around if anything cool happens. But honestly, I don't think there's much going on. But we had a hurricane here, and you know, you can barely tell. That's basically what I'm showing you guys. Is it's kind of, you know, Category 1, but I'm glad it wasn't worse. My house flooded in Hurricane Florence. I got 1 inch of water. There's a video on that. And I left for Hurricane Florence. And it was only like, I got what, Category 1? So what happened was the storm, Florence, came through real quick. Well, not real quick, excuse me. It came through. The winds were not as bad or as damaging, but it left this remnants of rain, whether it was a tropical storm, I'm not sure, and it just sat there for like 2 or 3 days, and it drowned everybody. I mean, it was almost biblical proportions, as they say, but my neighbor's house was under 4 feet of water up to his windows. My house is a little higher up, so I only got 1 foot of water. Luckily, I moved, I took one of my cars to Durham, Raleigh-Durham area, and then the other car I parked in the county parking deck, which is free during storms. And that saved the PT Cruiser because it would have been underwater. I had a silver Mercedes, a 1992 Mercedes, and it hasn't been running that great. It was in the driveway, and it got water up to it, and it's been having some issues since then. But so that car flooded. But what's nice about Mercedes, they have those sunroofs. You can just pull the mats out, dry them out, rinse them out, down to the metal in the car. And the car is designed, I guess, if you accidentally leave the sunroof open, you can just let everything dry out, because the interior was fine after the storm. I just let everything sun out, sprayed it down. It didn't mildew because I got there in time. Yeah, good old Mercedes. That's one thing they planned ahead with was making, water damage in cars. They did get up to the edge of the engine, and I think might have got my alternator wet or something because it's having trouble starting. So I need to work on that. But overall, I didn't have any excessive damage to my cars. I was very lucky. But that was Hurricane Florence, and then this hurricane, nothing. I kept all my cars in my driveway, and nothing happened. We got pine needles everywhere, though. I mean, it just looked like a pine needle forest all over the cars, all over the driveway this morning, and all over the roads. Except as soon as people start driving, it kind of blows the pine needles away. This is coverage of Wilmington, North Carolina. You'll see there's not much going on. We'll just cruise around tonight because I'm bored, but all the roads are free. People have cleaned up most of their debris today. We did not do bad with this storm, but we lost a lot of power. Just repeating it for anybody who's watching. At about 10 a.m. this morning, we got power. So we've been about 10 or 11 hours without power. That was great. My air conditioning was up and running, and I was happy about that. So, props to the power company for getting things done. And they're still out tonight. As we're driving, that's what I'm showing a lot of you guys. You will see these yellow lights. There's some up in the distance there, and there's just convoys of power trucks going to where they're needed. So they're working fast and quick. And the irony, like I said, I'm not seeing any power poles down. That's what I don't get. Even driving around this morning, I didn't see one power pole down. Yet we're out of power. So I guess as one power station goes, the whole thing, I guess, the whole grid is messed up one way or another. So right now we're coming going back towards Wilmington. We just went to Monkey Junction, going back up towards Wilmington, and this is like where the Krispy Kreme Donuts is in Wilmington. There it is over there. It's over to the left. You can see all these lights. We have power. All the lights here, we have power. This is College Road where I'm heading towards UNC Wilmington. And yeah, everybody's out. Everything's sort of back to normal. You're like, what? There was a hurricane? Oh yeah, we've got COVID to worry about, not the hurricane. So I'm real lucky with this one. But I don't think this will be our last storm this season. I think we're going to see another one before September is usually our worst storm season. So I'm going to be on my toes, and next time, I don't know whether I'll get a generator. I want something to be able to run an air conditioner in my house, because I got lucky this time with the AC starting up at 10 a.m. Like I said, I drove around a little bit, came back. My air conditioner was running, the house is cool. When there's a storm, overnight, I fogged my windows up. It was like 85 degrees outside. I ran the temperature in the house down because we knew the storm was coming to 60 degrees, and then we're cutting in and out a little bit, I guess. Yeah, put the temperature down to 60, and so that cool air lasted me overnight, which was awesome while the power was out. And I slept like nothing happened, other than I went to bed about 2:30 in the morning. I did wait till the worst of the storm passed. I really had trouble sleeping. I'll tell you the worst thing about being in a hurricane, for those of you who've never experienced, this was actually the second hurricane I've been in. I was in Fran when I was in high school, and that was pretty scary. That was category 3, but I was in a much bigger house back then, my parents' house, and it was a multi-story house, and they had a basement and everything. But when you can hear your windows buckling, and you can hear the whizzing of the trees, that's what's scary about it, okay? And the scariest moment last night was around when the eye wall was hitting, and we never got the center of the eye. I didn't get to walk outside and say, oh, look at the stars. We didn't quite get the eye here. But the scariest part of the hurricane is that you can hear the wind pick up and it circle as it's cycling, and it'll go up and down. So you'll hear it, and all of a sudden you'll hear this whoosh, you hear the whooshing, and then the trees will bend over, and you're looking, and you can kind of see off in the distance the trees bending over. And I wanted to get it on video for you guys, but you can't really see it at night. Even the filter on a Samsung phone won't pick it up at night. You can see it in the background. You can see blue transformers blowing up. It looks like lightning, but it's actually transformers exploding off in the distance. And so that's an impressive sight. But yeah, last night at the peak of the storm, I was on the phone, and because I didn't want to and all of a sudden picks up real loud, and you hear this whooshing, and you just get this adrenaline surge. You're like, oh God, should I go? I'm looking out the window. Shouldn't be closed windows, but you're tempted. And all of a sudden, across the street from me, there's a big wooded area. A huge tree falls down, and it makes this terrifying cracking sound. And the thing is, you can't see where the tree's falling. Now, I don't have trees in my yard. I'm very lucky. I don't have a lot of trees in my yard. But when you hear that heavy wind picking up and that crunching sound, and you're like, where's that tree? It's pretty intimidating. So that just terrified me. And then the next morning I got up, of course, there's this huge tree in the field across the street from me that fell down. And yeah, I mean, the scariest part of like these tropical storms category 1 were the tornado warnings. And that's kind of what I thought that tree falling was. It's almost like a giant monster from like the Stephen King's Langoliers that you can't see. All of a sudden the trees start folding over and you're like, what the heck is that? It freaks you out. So, category 1 tropical storm, I'll probably stay again if there's one. I don't really like category 2 or higher. I mean, because category 2 can become a 3, and a 3 is very dangerous. Does a lot more damage. And then a lot of people don't think of the aftermath. This is after a low category 1. This just stayed just above tropical storm level. After, category, we got power the next day. It's great. But a lot of times, you won't get power. So think about 90-degree heat to 101-degree heat with humidity and not having air conditioner for a week. Well, that's the way it was sort of after Florence. I think it was 5 days with no air conditioning. I just can't do that. It's not my thing. None of my cars have AC. See, that's the cheat. If you've got a car that has air conditioning and you've got plenty of gas, because the gas stations don't have gas, you can send your car for a little while, cool off with your air conditioning. Since I don't have air conditioning in both of my cars, that sucks. So just to keep you guys updated on what I've been doing during COVID, I have not posted a video in like 70 days. I've just started posting again. I've been a little out of it, a little depressed. I like going out and seeing people. You'd think posting on YouTube would make me happier, but I just didn't feel like posting videos. So now I'm getting back into it again. To update you guys, I just took the real estate course, the North Carolina Brokers real estate class, while COVID was going on. They reduced the restrictions for taking the class. I did the entire brokers class on Zoom. We started June 22nd. We just ended yesterday while the hurricane was coming in, August 3rd. So now I'm certified to take the state test. I still have to take the state test, but the great part is the 72-hour real estate class, you don't have to sit in a classroom, and there's no final exam on that 72-hour real estate class. It's a COVID restriction thing. So I was so happy about that. I was guaranteed to pass this class that I took. And so yeah, I've got a new career ahead of me. I'm going to be really excited about that. And I may post some videos of some of the houses on my YouTube channel. We'll see. Okay, so there's Wrightsville, Jacksonville. We're going to head towards Wrightsville Beach. We'll just drive through tonight. I mean, just driving around. Got the pups in the car. Wrightsville Beach did not get too damaged either. It really didn't. I was out there this morning and they had no power, obviously, but there was no real serious damage. They don't have a lot of trees at Wrightsville Beach, but but you can see there's not a lot going here at night. I guess if I drove through some of the residential neighborhoods, you'd probably still see some trees down because they're not main roads, and the cities and counties or whatever, the county, they don't really worry about those until later, until they get everything else cleared up. It looks like this car dealership doesn't have power here for whatever reason. There are still some blank spots, and there are still some traffic lights without power, but on this road right now, we're lucky. But yeah, I figured we'd do the night tour. I did a tour this morning, so if you guys are watching and you want to see some of the videos, I tried to go live today. One of the videos made it through the feed, and the rest, I had such a poor Verizon signal because everybody's using internet. We keep cutting out a little bit. I guess it depends on the signal. So if I cut out, stay with me for a couple of minutes, and then we'll see about it signal coming back. So okay, so we're turning right here on Eastwood Road toward Wrightsville Beach, and we're going to go to Wrightsville Beach. We just came from Monkey Junction. There's some branches side of the road. We just came from Monkey Junction. We didn't go to Carolina Beach. I didn't want to go far, but going down Eastwood Road here, and this is Highway 74. It's a direct route into Wrightsville Beach. And I can tell you there's nothing really interesting to see on this road either, because the only thing that was there this morning was power out. Most of the trees were cleared. There weren't any real trees on the road. So we've been really lucky, but it is sort of neat for you guys to see what a Category 1 at 85 miles per hour can do. Now, we've had 2 hurricanes before this that have really cleared away a lot of the loose trees and things like that. You know, it's sort of a cleanup process, nature cleaning itself up. So we didn't lose a lot of trees in this one. You think about it, if you get a hurricane every year, those trees that were already loose, we lost them last year and they cleaned them up, and so it's not as bad. And I think that really had a lot to do with why so many trees were not down. And as I said, I didn't see any power lines down today. I really didn't. I don't know where all the power outages were from. Driving around at 7 o'clock in the morning, there was no power anywhere, and I never saw any poles or lines down. It was really interesting to me. So keep moving there down Eastwood Road. And looks like they got power back here. There was no power at any of these lights this morning at 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. So, yeah, if you're staying with me here, I'm just narrating as I'm driving, guys. And if you're watching this video later, when it's not live, it's just, yeah, I just decided to do this while I'm driving around. Might as well. I'm taking my dogs for a little ride. They love riding in the car. And I had to get out of the house. So, but, okay, we're still on Eastwood Road here. And I'm just, we'll stay tight for a little bit until we come up on the intersection here. I'll stop narrating for a little bit. Right, we're coming up on Eastwood Road and Military Cutoff. That's just before the Landfall area. Landfall, it's a really expensive area in Wilmington, North Carolina. It's like a golf course community. It's huge. It's right on the coast, right off the Intercoastal Waterway. And I mean, we just couldn't tell there's a hurricane here today. This is really interesting. So we're going to head over the bridge and go to the beach. If we can keep our live signal, we'll see if Wrightsville, if I still have a signal there. If not, I'll have to stop broadcasting. But here we are at Military Cutoff and Eastwood Road. And there's the McDonald's in the corner. And this light was really bad today when it was out. And they didn't have any police directing traffic. And you know, a lot of the wealthy people in the area are kind of me first. I don't mean to insult anybody who's got money. Not everybody who has money is a jerk. But I just saw people who were just completely ignoring the four-way stop. And they would follow the next round of cars through. Like, you know, it's one group of cars in, the next group, you know, one person and the other person. And there were so many people that just ignored that. And it makes society a little rougher. And then people honk their horns. This was a scary intersection. I actually turned right. Versus going through this, went around the intersection because I didn't want to deal with that mess of people skipping their turn in line. So, all right. Well, obviously we're at a stoplight here, but Wrightsville Beach is probably about a mile or 2 miles ahead here, and we're definitely going to go over there, and you guys are going to see what's going on at the beach at night, and we'll see who's out there and what they're doing. I'm guessing people are probably going to be out at the bars. I don't know if we have COVID restrictions at the bars right now or not. If I remember right, in Wilmington, bars and restaurants cannot serve alcohol after 11 p.m. So I think that's still in effect. So you can't go to like bars and nightclubs. because we still have COVID going on. Wow, 2020 has been quite a year. Oh, I don't know what other surprises we'll get by the end of this year. I mean, we got an election coming up. That's going to be interesting. And will the stock market ever drop? I don't know. I have bought stocks and I've sold them as a safety, and then it keeps going up. But, you know, I don't want to be owning the stock while there's a big crash. So kind of buy it, get a little money, sell it, buy it again, make a little money, sell it, you know, hit and miss. That's been interesting during COVID. You know, I bought some Tesla stock and I'm losing on Tesla right now. But it should hopefully go back up. We'll see. But it is very high. Tesla's going up at like 1,300 points in like 6 months. It is really scary to think about that. And, you know, I'm holding the stock right now. I've got maybe a 100-point loss on 5 shares, but it's $500. But I don't know. I have faith in SpaceX and Tesla and all that. And we'll just have to see what happens. And Elon Musk has the boring company, that tunnel. So we'll just have to see how it comes out. I don't know. Okay, so enough about stock market. But with the election coming up, the stock market generally falls. So be aware of that. But it might not. I don't know. But if you're investing, be careful. So, all right, here we go. Up to Wrightsville Beach. We're moving on. And if I'm showing 0 viewers now. I had 2 for a while. But, you know, I'm just driving around, so it can be boring. But if you're watching this video later, thanks for watching. If you're, other than that, the signal may cut out here, depending on how mobile things go. But, just, you know, if it cuts out, stay with me for, you know, maybe 30 seconds. And if it doesn't come back after 30 seconds, I'll probably stop the broadcast. So we got a lot of pine needle debris on this road and a lot of debris here. There's a lot of trees in this area. That's where Landfall is, over to the left there. You can kind of see some debris. All these trees fell on the side here. Not really fell over, but they just dropped all their leaves. We're coming up on the drawbridge up here. It's a shame I don't have anybody live, but if you're watching this later, thanks for watching. And keep in mind, it's hard to just narrate. I feel like one of those Weather Channel guys, just narrating. I like to talk. I don't want to keep it too silent. But basically talking myself. Man, I'm a weird guy. I don't know. Somebody's going to see this later, hopefully. So it's actually, you know, kind of soothing to talk to a camera, thinking that somebody's going to be watching later. So it's kind of nice. But, all right, so we're coming up on the Wrightsville Beach drawbridge right here. This is it. I think it's called Trask Bridge, Trask Memorial Bridge or something. And see the drawbridge sign there. And here we are. Or it's Hyde Trask Bridge. Okay, Hyde Trask. So this one does go up and down. And sometimes in a hurricane, they'll put the bridge up so that nobody can come or go off the island. Or they'll have roadblocks in place in really bad storms when there's been evacuations. So we'll have people soon. So we're in Wrightsville Beach. Let's see what's going on here. Wrightsville wasn't hit too hard. This was a Jim Cantori spot. Thought he was going to be the man out here. Not too much happened. I mean, I was watching Weather Channel on one of my mobile devices, and he was bragging. This is the first time I've ever had to kneel, or second time I've had to kneel in a hurricane. Oh, come on, man. He put himself between 2 buildings. And if you're just joining us, we are in Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina. There was not a lot of damage here. And we're driving, no evacuation, no mandatory evacuations or anything like that. And there really was damage on the beach either. I mean, if you want to check the damage to the beach, or how the beach looked, we'll be posting another video tonight or probably tomorrow, where I actually go to the beach, walk around early this morning. The beach erosion was pretty minor. So, the beach, yeah. Anyway, Wilmington seemed to come out okay. We had some tornadoes, those were pretty scary. Other than that, it's not like any gas station roofs were ripped off that I know of. We sustained about 85-mile-per-hour winds. So yeah, the COVID cane is what Weather is calling it. Ugh, what a cheesy name. But who can pronounce that hurricane, right? I mean, Isaias, I don't know. I can't say it. Isaias or something. All right, so here we go. This is like the channel. It's called Banks Channel. It's a little mini inlet between the beach. Because Wrightsville Beach is technically sort of an island. They don't call it an island, but it really is an island because it's linked between bridges and there's a channel that goes through here. All right, so this is the wings up here, and I see they got all the power back up here. Wings has their sign off. I don't know why they turned off, but so we're coming through. This is the main strip of town. It's where all the bars are in Wrightsville Beach, and coming through here. Now earlier there was a power pole that was leaning here, and it looks like they fixed it. Nothing to show you. They came out and fixed it. They had a cop car there. You can see they took the awnings off for the heavy winds. All the bars and restaurants took their awnings down. They're like vinyl awnings. They don't want to rip up in the storm, so a lot of them take them down as a precaution. It does look like the bars are still closed. I'm surprised. It may be because of COVID or the hurricane itself. It's probably because of the hurricane, but usually they're right back at it. But there wasn't any power earlier today here, so there's a cable power or phone thing you can see right there. If you're watching after the fact, you can rewind. There was a little power line, not power line, it's like I think it was probably the cable. So they probably don't have cable or internet out here in Wrightsville Beach because cable wires are. If you would lose me during the live feed, like I said, just wait like 30 seconds and see if it comes back, because the beach signal may not be that great here. But we're just going to cruise along there. We'll go over to the pier and do a circle around out there. As you can see, Wrightsville Beach, not hardly any damage at all. But it's a beautiful area, and it's really a great place to live. I don't go to the beach as much as I should. That Wrightsville Beach is expensive for parking, so that's a deterrent for me to go to the beach. I should go more often, but I could ride my bike out here. I just park somewhere and ride. That's what I should do. So we're going to come up here. We're going to turn right. This is going to be Johnny Mercer's Pier up here. It's a privately owned pier, but it's kind of the main pier in Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina. And I mean, there weren't any piles of sand or anything here. I don't even think the storm surge came up over the thing. This is brand new. If you've been to Wrightsville Beach in the past, they built an entirely new like bathroom complex. It's really beautiful. They have just completely renovated this whole area. They put new condos in there. This is all in the past like 2 years. This Wrightsville Beach bathroom complex literally went up during COVID, like from November to just like June recently. So you see here, not really a lot of damage. This building was covered in sand earlier today. These are brand new condos here. I mean, if you haven't been to Wrightsville Beach in 2 years, you'd be like, wow, I don't even recognize this place. They redid this whole thing here. Also, another hurricane can come and mess up, right? So that light is blinking. It looks like they may not have power at that intersection, or they haven't adjusted that light. I don't know why it's blinking there. So, we're going to go straight. When I was out here earlier, there was some sort of a power line down to the right, and I don't want to run into that at night. So I'm going to go straight. I don't want to go dark down there. But we're moving on here through Wrightsville Beach. Yeah, this is really pretty at night. These are new lights. The parking lot here was all repaved. It's all from that expensive parking money. At least they're putting it back into the area, you know. So, all right. And I'm going to keep my journey going here, and then I'm probably going to just head back home. If you're looking for downtown Wilmington, I do have a video of that I did earlier, and I've uploaded it. It should be uploading sometime soon. It should be online, and you'll be able to see kind of all the trees. There were a bunch of oak trees that had limbs that had fallen downtown. So, man, it is just beautiful tonight, though. It's a little muggy, but it's probably about 68 degrees. It's a nice summer night. So you wouldn't even know a hurricane hit. You know, I guess all that moisture is up north. Hurricane took it all up north. We're heading back towards the drawbridge up here. Wow, I've been live for 40 minutes. That's it. Just touring you guys around with the dogs in the car. And when I get home, or you know, I will maybe I'll show you guys dogs. Like I said, the camera's mounted right to the dashboard, so I've got it duct taped up here right now because my magnet holder's not working. So I can't just pull it off and show you guys the dogs. But that's why we're driving around. There's a firework going off. Wow. But we're just driving around, treating the dogs to a car ride. They love car rides. I guess if I was a dog too, I'd love a car ride. You know, you're stuck in the house all day, and just getting out and seeing new things and smelling new things. I'm kind of like a dog too. I like to drive around just to get out of the house. But it's kind of dark over here. I don't remember this area. I think these street lights are out. One or two of these street lights. I don't remember being that dark. All right, we're back at High Trask Drawbridge here, leaving Wrightsville Beach. What's cool about having one of these, I'm using my cell phone to film this live right now, is that the camera, you can just mount it on your dashboard. It's very easy to just show where you're driving and what you're doing, and if you're live on YouTube, you know, and people have the option of watching or they don't. You know, it's so live YouTube is kind of fun. If I were just filming this would take up so much space on my phone. And so live it goes straight to YouTube, and I don't even have to worry about it uploading to my phone. So that's what's really great about YouTube Live. Not as entertaining, there's no editing, I'm just driving along, but you can see everything that I'm doing, and you can always go back and watch this later and fast forward and rewind through it at the best parts. So so over to your right is going to be the Landfall. Whoa, there's a tree. Hey, you almost saw some live action there. Yeah, so there's still trees in the road. That could have been fun, right? I'm in a big truck. I'm in a 1997 Chevy Tahoe, so if I had hit that, it probably wouldn't have done anything. But over to the right where that wall is Landfall. It's an upscale golf community in Wilmington. And man, you're gonna have to rewind that. That is at later, like around 43. I almost hit a tree in the road. How about that? That's fun, right? Pay attention while you're driving. So we're coming up on Eastwood Road, Military Cutoff. We're just backtracking, going back to where we were. Probably heading home here, but you can, if you're just joining me, you can see what you didn't see earlier. Westwood Road in Wilmington, North Carolina. There's not a ton of damage to see. They've really cleaned everything up pretty good. We didn't have a lot of down trees. All these traffic lights were out earlier this morning. They've gotten most of the power back on in the area. Did a really good job of that. There's not much else to see along here. I'm just gonna head back home. But thanks for watching, and if you're a subscriber, I thank you. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. And you guys rock that are my subscribers. And thanks for getting me to 10,000 viewers, or 10,000 subscribers. And so, yeah, I'm gonna sign it off here. As you can see, there wasn't too much going on with Wilmington, North Carolina, as far as the hurricane. It was pretty scary when it hit overnight, but we really got through this pretty well. And there weren't too many down trees. We just had the power out for about 12 hours. They had the power back at my house by about 10 a.m. in the morning, which is awesome. Except on this up here, there's still a couple spots where there's no power. I will show you up here. Actually, it looks like that Exxon station just got power back. They didn't have power earlier, so they're just getting everything right back now. Yep, the Exxon station has power now. That didn't have power earlier, so I'll hang with you for just a minute here. You can see there was a light up here that didn't have power. Yep. So almost everything's getting back to normal, because just before this car ride, yeah, there was no power at that Exxon station. Now see, this gas station right here has no power still. So there are still some areas yet that are not getting power yet. The BP station off the right, this is the Kings Grant neighborhood. That's gotta suck. It looks like they're a little light on power. This traffic light was off on the way out here, and now it's working again. That's awesome. So things are gradually coming back. I have no idea how that power grid works, but amazingly they get things going. Well, guys, this is Drew signing off, and hey, thank you so much for watching. And if you're a subscriber, for being a subscriber, I'm about to sign off but thanks for watching. And sorry, I see I just got one viewer, and I'm signing off. If you want, I'll stay with you. I'll entertain the one viewer I got for a minute or two longer. So I'm on my way back home here, but I'll entertain you while I'm driving. We'll just see what's going on here. Like I said, there's not too much to see from the hurricane from this point on. Down the rest. So most of the streets are clear. There's some power trucks in front of me, it looks like. They're still working on getting things back to normal out here. There's still a lack of power in this one little area here, but I have power at my house. All right, guys, well, that viewer's gone, so I am signing off. Thanks for watching. You guys have a great day, and yeah, you can always comment in the comments below. Have a good one.